sitting on your mat. And so just take a few moments, close your eyes. Draw your shoulders down your spine. Allow the seat to root, your spine to elongate, and the muscles of your face to start to relax. And as you're sitting, paying attention to the sensations in your body overall, how does your body feel this evening? And then start to notice how you're breathing. Is the breath smooth and steady, or is it staccato and choppy? And if it does feel a little unsteady, just try to spend a few moments just focusing on the slow, deep breaths, slowing the breath down, smoothing it out. If it's already smooth, and just continue to breathe in that fashion. Maybe trying to get the breath to slow down a little more. And then slowly transitioning your breath to Jayi Pranayama, taking a subtle contraction of the back of the throat, and breathing in through your nose and out through your nose, slowing your breath down, allowing the breath to deepen and letting the belly rise and fall a little more fully with this breath. Good, now draw the shoulders down the spine. On your next in breath, allow your arms to slowly rise up. Spiral your triceps inward, connect the palms and the pinkies overhead, really lengthen the spine. And then exhale, allow the hands to come into prayer at the center of your heart. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, slowly sweeping the arms up, spiraling the triceps inward, connecting the palms and the pinkies overhead, lengthen. And then exhale, hands in prayer at center. Good, 1 more time. Inhale, slowly sweep your arms up, spiral the triceps inward, connect the palms and the pinkies overhead, and then exhale, hands in prayer at center. Now let's release the hands onto the lap, draw the shoulders back. Let's bring the fingertips onto the ground, draw your seat back. Inhale, tailbone back, lift your chest, collarbones broaden, and exhale, keep the seat rooted as you hinge from your hips and fold. Allow your spine to lengthen here. Draw the shoulders back, allow the neck to elongate, and feel the sits bones root down, the outer thighs root down. Take a couple more breaths like this, in through the nose and out through the nose. Good, now on your next in breath, just lift your head up to look between your thumbs. You're gonna then walk your hands in about 2 or 3 inches closer towards you and come up onto your fingertips. Draw your shoulders back. Let's take the upper body to the right. Keep drawing the left hip back as you walk the upper body around to the right. Draw the shoulders back, lift your chest, fan the left rib cage out, and really feel a stretch along the left side of the ribs. Keep pressing down into the hands, hugging the inner elbows in. Good, now inhale, return the spine to center. Once again, drawing the shoulders back, rooting the right seat. Let's exhale the upper body around to the left. Fanning your right rib cage out, looking over your left shoulder, hugging your inner elbows in, finding a little more stretch here. Good, now inhale, return your spine to center. Stay on your fingertips, and as you exhale, tilt the tailbone between the thighs, hollow out the belly, round the spine, and look inward. Keep the spine rounded. Now inhale, just slowly stack the lower back, middle back, upper back, shoulders, and neck and head. Let's go ahead and take the hands to the outside of the hips, turn the fingertips back, come up onto the fingertips, and inhale, draw the tailbone back, lift your chest, allow the collarbones to broaden and look up. Really press into the fingers and seat, press into the thighs, feel the chest lift. Good, now we're gonna inhale, stack the spine, and as you exhale, come up to all fours. placing your wrists directly underneath your shoulders and your knees directly underneath your hips. Spread your fingers out wide, tuck your toes, draw the shoulders back. Let's exhale, tilt the tailbone between the thighs, hollow out the belly, round the thoracic spine, rock back slightly in an angry cat. And then inhale, point the toes, lengthen the tailbone, unfurl the spine, shoulders back, chest forward, cow. Again, exhale, tuck your toes, hollow out your belly, round your thoracic spine, rocking back slightly in cat. Then inhale, point the toes, lengthen the tailbone, unfurl the spine, cow. One more time. Exhale, tuck toes, hollow out the belly, round your thoracic spine, rock back slightly in cat. And then inhale, point the toes, lengthen the tailbone, unfurl the spine, shoulders back, chest forward, cow. Now return to neutral spine with your toes tucked. Draw your shoulders back. Let's exhale the hips up and the heels back to downward facing dog. Send your seat back and up. Draw the chest toward the thighs. Allow the collarbones to broaden and connect to your breath. Spread your fingers out really wide. Draw the shoulders back and feel the sits bones draw up as the heels sink down. Look back at your feet. Make sure that they're parallel to one another. And just feel a stretch along the back line. Take a moment or two to nod your head yes and no, releasing tension in the neck. Keep pulling the belly in and up. And then move the spine around a little bit. Maybe cat-cowing the back a little bit in dog here. Sending the rib cage up and then inhaling the rib cage down. Good. Now we'll return to regular down dog. Let's go ahead and exhale. Walk the hands back to the feet for a moment. Take your forward fold. So your feet are going to be in down dog position, your hands on either side of your feet. Let your hips be directly over your ankles. You're just folding here, and I want you to rock your hips a little bit left and right. Just release some tension. Good. Let your spine hang. We'll return the hips to center. Now let's inhale the spine halfway up, hands to the earth or to the shins. Draw the shoulders back, seat back, belly and chest forward. Instead of folding down, walk your fingertips forward another couple of inches so your weight starts to shift forward. Soften your knees, draw the buttocks back, and step the right foot forward about 6 inches. Draw the right hip back and the left hip forward. Feel the stretch in the right hamstring. Really step into the right foot and feel the kneecap draw up as the quadricep engages. Breathe. Just stay here for a couple moments. Now we're going to take the right hand in front of the right toes, draw the right shoulder back so the right wrist is in line with the front of the ankle. You're going to inhale, open up to your left, just in the torso. Keep the right hip drawing back. So it looks like an easy position, but there's a lot of balance going on here. Keep breathing. Keep drawing that right hip back, looking up toward the ceiling. Good, now exhale, take the left hand down, place it where the right hand is. Draw the left shoulder back, right hip back, and open your upper body to the right. Leaning back. Good, try to find your balance. It's easy to lose it in this pose. Good. Now exhale, both hands down. Let the hands be slightly forward of the right toes. Draw the shoulders back, step the right foot back, and draw your buttocks back. So think of it like a short down dog on your fingertips. Walk the feet out a little bit, bending and straightening the knees. Good, then we'll return to forward fold like this with the fingertips to the mat. Now we'll just step the left foot forward. Draw the left hip back and the right hip forward. Lengthen both sides of your waist. Now take the left hand just in front of the left toe so the wrist and the ankle are in line. Inhale, open the right arm up, rotating the rib cage to the right, keeping your hips squared. Breathe. Keep plugging that left thigh bone in, feeling the foot root down. Good, now we're going to exhale, sweep the right arm down, place it where the left hand is, draw the right shoulder back, draw the left hip back, and exhale, open up to your left. So the bigger twist here is on this side, and we're going to feel a little more imbalance. Just be mindful. Good, now exhale, return to center, both hands forward of the left foot, and then step your left foot back. Take that down dog shape on your fingertips, lengthen the spine. Walk the dog out a little bit. Good. Now we're going to exhale, let the chest draw toward the thighs and bring your hands back on either side of your feet. Soften the backs of the knees. We're going to inhale, reverse swan dive to a standing back bend. Quads forward, tailbone forward, chest open, weight in the heels, knees soft. Now exhale, hinge from the hips and swan dive forward, hands on either side of the feet. Good, inhale, spine halfway up, lengthen, shoulders back. Exhale, fold. Now we're going to walk the hands out to a plank as we inhale. Push away from gravity here, lengthen the spine, connect to your breath. Now let's go ahead, roll onto the outer edge of right foot, inner edge of left foot. Inhale, the left arm rises to a side plank. Lengthen both sides of your waist, draw the shoulders down the spine, and send your chest toward the front of the room. Good, now exhale, dive the left hand underneath the right shoulder, look over the right shoulder, hold here, keep stacking your hips. Good, now inhale, open the left arm up. Exhale, come onto the side plank on your left side, left hand slightly forward and to the left. Roll onto the outer edge of left foot, inner edge of right foot, reach your right arm up. Lengthen through both sides of the waist, glide the shoulders down the spine. Keep the hips stacked, let's thread the needle, right arm underneath the left, look over the left shoulder, keep drawing that right hip back. Inhale, open up to side plank. Exhale, the hands down, wrists underneath the shoulders. Inhale, plank. Exhale, forward, tippy toes to chaturanga, shoulders back, elbows in, neck is long. Inhale, thread your heart between your shoulders, cobra. Draw the shoulders back, anchor the quads, tops of the feet. Remember, you can widen your legs if you need to. Pull the belly in, let's exhale, lower halfway down, shoulders back, neck is long. Inhale, come up to cobra. Let's do that 2 more times. Exhale, halfway down, good. Inhale, come up. 1 more time. Exhale, halfway down, shoulders back. Inhale, come up. Tuck toes, hips up, heels back, downward facing dog. Sending the seat back and up. Draw the chest toward the thighs, collarbones broaden and connect to your breath. Inhale and exhale. Now let's root the left foot into the earth. Inhale, the right leg rises behind us for 3-legged dog. Right hip squares forward, even weight in both hands, draw the left hip back. Now exhale, open up the right hip, spiraling the left rib cage to the right. Lift your right leg up nice and high and bend your right knee and stay there, pushing an imaginary lever to the left. Feel a great big stretch along the left inner thigh. Now we're going to exhale, square the hips, bring the right knee in toward the chest, then sweep the right leg off the left side of the mat, go on the pinky toe side of your right foot, bring your left foot down, and inhale, reach your left arm up. Try to stack the shoulders, stack the hips, open up through the chest. Now go ahead, exhale, sweep the left arm down as the right leg goes up to 3-legged dog. Then exhale, big step forward, right foot, toes in line with the fingers. Inhale, the spine and arms rise up to a high lunge. Plug your shoulders in, lift your chest, lengthen your spine, keep squaring your hips. Now can you bend your left knee, let it come down almost all the way to the ground, draw the right hip back, keep lifting your chest. Connect to your breath, drag the left quadricep forward. Now exhale, pull the belly in around the spine and reach your fingers forward in a cat back. Good. Now inhale, stack the spine, straighten out the back leg. You'll notice you're probably a little lower to the ground. Keep lifting the chest. Exhale, hands frame the front foot. Left wrist underneath left shoulder. Inhale, the right arm rises. Draw the right hip back and down. Staying here, let's inhale, straighten out the right leg. Good, then exhale, bend the right knee. 2 more times like that. Inhale, straighten out the right leg. Exhale, bend the right knee 1 more time. Inhale, straighten. Good, exhale, bend. Now we'll dive the right hand to the inside of the right foot, traction the tricep to the inner knee, rotate the upper body to the left. Stay squared here. Find your breath. Try to find your balance. Can you reach your right arm forward now as the left arm goes up? Create like a letter L with your arms. Keep drawing that right hip back. 2 more breaths. Good, now we exhale, square the chest, both hands down, frame the front foot. Inhale, plank. Push away from gravity here. Exhale, forward, tippy toes to chaturanga. Inhale, thread the heart between the shoulders, cobra. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Send your seat back and up. Draw the chest toward the thighs, collarbones broaden. Root the right foot into the mat. Inhale, the left leg rises. Draw the chest towards your thigh. Then exhale, open up the left hip, spiraling the right rib cage to the left. Bend the left knee, flex the left foot. Stay here, getting your twist. Breathe. Now we're going to exhale, square the hips, bringing the left knee to the chest. Then sweep the left leg off the right side of the mat, drop and ground the back heel, and inhale, lift your right arm up, open up through your chest. Step into the back foot, really connect. Good. Now exhale, sweep the right arm down, left leg rises. Then exhale, big step forward, left foot, toes in line with the fingers. Inhale, the spine and arms rise up to high lunge. Draw the left hip back, right hip forward, breathe. Now exhale, bend your right knee, bring it almost all the way up, down to the ground. Drag the right quad forward. Good, now exhale, pull the belly in, tilt the tailbone between the thighs, try to stay low. Inhale, stack the spine and straighten out the back leg. You'll notice your hips are a little lower. Now exhale, hands frame the front, right hand down, left arm up. Draw the left hip back, sink into that left sits bone. Draw the shoulders back. Now we're going to inhale, straighten out the left leg, and then exhale, bend the left knee. 2 more times. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Good, last time. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Now we exhale, sweep the left hand to the inside of the left foot, traction the tricep to the inner knee. Inhale, the right arm rises. Connect to your breath. Draw the shoulders back. Good. Now we're going to step into the feet. Reach your left arm forward so you're creating a letter L with your arms. Good. Find your balance. Pull that belly in. 1 more breath. Then exhale, square the chest, frame the front foot. Inhale, plank. Exhale, tippy toes to chaturanga. Inhale, thread the heart between the shoulders, cobra. Open up through the chest, collarbones broaden, draw the skull bone back, chest is expansive. Exhale, downward facing dog. Seat is back and up, chest is toward the thighs, and the collarbones broaden as you connect to your breath. Inhale and exhale. Then on the next inhale, lift up onto the balls of the feet, bend the knees, gaze forward, walk, quick step, or hop to the top of your mat. Big toes touch, heels are 1/4 inch apart. Inhale, spine halfway up, hands to the earth or shins if you need to. Pull the belly in. Exhale, fold. Soften the backs of the knees. Inhale, reverse swan dive to a standing back bend. Interlace your fingers, turn your palms away from you and take a bigger stretch here. Keep drawing the quads forward, open up through the chest. Soften the knees, then exhale, hinge from the hips and swan dive forward, hands on either side of your feet. Inhale, spine halfway up. Exhale, fold, step the left leg back to low lunge. Draw the right hip back, left hip forward. Inhale, spine and arms rise up to high lunge. Plug the shoulders in, lift the chest and lengthen the spine. Now really lift the chest up, take your gaze up toward the ceiling. Transfer a little bit more of the weight into the back foot. Good. 1 more breath like this. Now we're going to inhale, stack the spine. Exhale, rotate the upper body to the right. Take your right hand to the outside of your right hip as you take your left tricep to the outside of the right thigh and bring your palms together in prayer. Rotating here a little deeper with each exhalation. Keep drawing that right hip back. Another breath. Now we're going to stay low, letting the rib cage rest on the right thigh. Bring your prayer to center. Then we're going to exhale, take the right tricep to the inside of the right thigh and rotate the upper body to the left. Keep your lower body squared. It's going to be a little unstable. Another couple of breaths. Now stay low, resting your rib cage, chest on your right thigh. Hands to prayer. Can you inhale, straighten out the right leg. Try to keep the rib cage touching the thigh. Avoid locking out your right knee. Now exhale, bend the right knee. Hands down on the ground. Inhale, plank. Exhale, tippy toes to chaturanga. Inhale, thread the heart between the shoulders, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Send your seat back and up. Draw the chest toward the thighs, collarbones broad, and connect to your breath. Good, as you next exhale, big step forward, left foot, toes in line with the fingers. Left hip back, right hip forward. Inhale, spine rises up, arms rise up. Sink into your hips, left hip back. Now lift your chest up, open up, looking up toward the ceiling. Put a little more weight into the back foot. Breathe. Good, now inhale, stack your spine. Exhale, rotate to the left hand to the left hip, and right tricep to the outside of the left thigh. Bring your palms together in prayer. Look over your left shoulder. Every exhalation, try to get a little more rotation. Staying low, inhale, chest to center, hands are in prayer. Now exhale, left tricep to the left inner thigh, rotate the upper body to the right. Keep the back foot squared. Breathe. Another couple of breaths here. Good, now stay low, return the prayer to center. Then inhale, straighten out the left leg. Try to keep the chest and the thigh connected. Breathe, so it's gonna be wobbly. Good. Now exhale, bend your left knee. Plant your palms, inhale, plank. Let's hold plank. Step the right arm slightly forward and to the right. Roll onto the outer edge of right foot. Stack the shoulders, hips, knees, ankles, and feet. Reach your left arm up. Lengthen through both sides of the waist. Maybe bring the left sole of the foot to the right inner thigh in a tree. Holding here. Connect to your breath. Another breath. Keep your tree foot. We're going to come into a plank in tree. So you're just going to go back to square center. Your left foot's in tree. Then exhale, tippy toes, chaturanga in tree. Then extend your left leg back. Inhale, cobra. Then exhale, downward dog. Good, stay here. Now we're gonna go ahead, once again, inhale, rock forward to plank. Roll onto the outer edge of left foot. Stack your shoulders, hips, knees, ankles, and feet. Right arm rises. Lengthen both sides of your waist. Now bring the right sole of the foot to the left inner thigh. Hold your tree plank. Good, another breath. Keeping your right foot as is, bring your hands down to full plank. Exhale, tippy toes, chaturanga in tree. Inhale, extend the right leg back and come up into cobra. Good, exhale, downward facing dog. Seat is back and up. Chest is toward the thighs, collarbones broaden, and connect to your breath. Inhale, exhale. Root the left foot into the earth. Inhale, the right leg rises behind you, three-legged dog. Exhale, open up the left hip, spiraling the right rib cage to the left. Bend your left knee, flex your left foot. Decide if you want to stay here or flip your dog, wild thing, or wheel pose. Good. Then go ahead from here. Exhale, bring the left knee into the belly. Rock forward, rock forward. Hold here. Push away from gravity. Step the left foot forward. Drop and ground the back heel, front heel, back arch alignment. Cartwheel your arms up, warrior two. You can take a longer stride if you need to. Track the left knee to the left toes turn forward, right heel drags out as the toes turn in. Open up through the arms. Keep wrapping the left seat underneath you. Looks good. Now exhale, reach forward. Take the left hand to the inside of the left foot. Reach your right arm up, rotate the left rib cage up toward the ceiling. Hold here. Connect to your breath. Good, now inhale, straighten out that left leg, turn it into a big triangle. And this time add the right arm overhead, so reaches forward. Good. Breathe. Good, keeping now left hand down, right arm rises. Keep everything as is, except you're gonna square your chest toward the left foot. So both hands go to the inside of the left foot. Stay here for a moment. Bend your left knee, keep the back foot as is. Connect to your breath. Step into your hands and your left foot. Sweep your right foot out off the right side of the mat. Oh, you don't have enough, there you go. And then take it back in. Good. Now bring it back to that warrior. Good. Now from here, sweep your left leg back to a three-legged plank. Arms are going to go shoulder width apart. Exhale, tippy toes to chaturanga. Inhale, thread the heart between the shoulders, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Seat is back and up. Chest is toward the thighs. Breathe. Bring the left foot into the earth. Inhale, the right leg rises, opposite leg that went up before. Exhale, open up the hip, bend the knee, flex the foot. Decide if you want to stay here or flip your dog. I'm going to hang out here. Then as you're ready, exhale, bring the knee in toward the chest. Rock forward, hold, hold, hold. Go as far forward as you can, lifting the leg up. Then step the right foot forward. Toes in line with the fingers, dropping ground the back heel, come up. Inhale to warrior two. Find your foundation, arms to T in the same plane, right? Right toes turn forward. Left heel drags out, right knee tracks toward the pinky toe side of your right foot. Lift your chest. Now we go forward, take the bottom hand down, top arm up. Wrap that front seat underneath you. Keep rotating toward the ceiling. Now inhale, straighten out the front leg. Now reach that left arm forward. You can do right arm forward, lengthen both sides of your waist. Connect to your breath here. Another breath cycle, nice big triangle. Right arm down, left arm up. Now exhale, square the chest, both hands to the inside of that right foot. Lengthen your spine. Good, now exhale, bend that right knee. Put the weight into the right foot and into the hands. Sweep your left leg to the left, or the opposite leg to the left, or to that side, and then turn it back into your warrior foot. Good, now press the hands into the mat. Inhale, three-legged plank and widen the arms shoulder width apart. Exhale, tippy toes, chaturanga. Inhale, thread the heart between the shoulders, cobra. Hold here for a moment, open up the chest. Connect to your breath. Now we're gonna go halfway down, pull the belly in, draw the shoulders back. Let's do little tricep pulses for 10, 9, 8, 7. Shoulders are back and down. 5, elbows are in. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Seat is back and up. Chest is toward the thighs. Collarbones broaden and connect to your breath. Inhale and exhale. Another breath cycle like this. Inhale, exhale. Now go ahead, root the left foot into the mat. Inhale, the right leg rises. Keep the hips squared and the right leg straight up. Now exhale, take a big step forward, right foot, toes in line with the fingers. Walk your fingertips forward of the toes, draw the shoulders back. Inhale, float your left leg up, flexing the left foot, squaring the hips. Draw that right hip back. Now parallel your spine to the earth and reach your arms back in warrior three. Lengthen your spine. Connect to your breath. Now try bending your left knee and pushing the heel up toward the ceiling. Breathe. This is to make the pose a little harder. Now we're going to inhale, bring the left knee up with us as we stand up. Now exhale, hands in prayer as you cross your left ankle over the right quad. Think of a figure 4. Next exhale, take a seat here. Flex your left foot, draw the left hip back, connect to your breath. Breathe. Now we're going to keep the foot crossed. We're going to exhale, rest the chest on the calf, and bring your hands down to the earth as you straighten out your right leg and fold. Hold here. Find your breath. This is going to be a big stretch. It's a lot of demand on that right hamstring. One more breath. Now we're going to exhale, lower the buttocks down. Inhale, spine up as the hands go to prayer. Now we're going to exhale, sweep the left leg back as the arms go back to warrior 3. Parallel the spine to the earth. Then exhale, drop down, low lunge, hands frame the front foot. Inhale, three-legged plank. Exhale, tippy toes to chaturanga. Inhale, thread your heart between your shoulders, cobra. Breathe. Exhale, downward facing dog. Seat is back and up. Chest is toward the thighs. Collarbones broaden and connect to your breath. Root the right foot into the mat. Inhale, the left leg rises behind you. So keep those hips squared. Then as you're ready, exhale, step the left foot forward, toes in line with the fingers. Walk the fingertips forward of the toes. Inhale, float your left leg up, right leg up, and reach your arms back to warrior three, spine parallel to the earth. Lengthen both sides of the waist. Now try bending your right knee, reaching your heel up toward the ceiling. Keep squaring the right hip forward. As you're ready, inhale, bring the spine and right knee up. Exhale, cross the right ankle over the left quad, hands in prayer. Think figure four. Then exhale, take a figure four chair here, flexing your foot, finding your breath. Lower the buttocks down, weight into the heel. Then exhale, hinge from the hips, rest the chest on the calf. Then bring the hands down to the earth and straighten out your left leg. So you're in a figure four, standing forward fold. Breathe. Feel the stretch yet the demand on the hamstring. Good, now we're gonna exhale, lower the buttocks down. Inhale, hands to prayer as the spine comes up. Exhale, sweep the right leg back, arms back to warrior three. Parallel your spine to the earth. Exhale, drop down, low lunge. Inhale, three-legged plank. Exhale, tippy toes, chaturanga. Inhale, thread the heart between the shoulders, cobra. Exhale, tuck toes, downward facing dog, 3 to 5 breaths. To find a resting space in down dog. Inhale and exhale. Keep pushing the mat away from you with your hands. Drag the mat back with your feet and lengthen your spine. Breathe. Now rooting the left foot into the earth, inhale, the right leg rises. As you exhale, you're gonna step your right foot off the mat to the right side of the pinky toe, right pinky toe. Shimmy your left leg way back, bring the quadricep down, point the left toes. So my right foot is off to the right side of my mat. I'm gonna lift my right toes up, open my right knee up, my right hip up, I should say. And for a moment, lift up on your fingertips. Good. Lift the chest. Feel the stretch in that right piriformis. So we'll be turning this into a little bit of a diagonal split in a moment. So we want to find space. Now we're going to exhale, sink into the hips. Take your elbows underneath your shoulders. Draw the chest forward, the shoulders back. Your right toes are lifted to protect your right kneecap. We'll keep drawing that right hip back and feel the IT band piriformis stretch. You can press into the earth with your arms. We'll do a little bit of a side bend in a moment. So the side bend we're going to add is going to be to the left. You're going to feel a big stretch from the right hip to your right rib cage. So let's exhale those arms, walk around to the left. Keep tracking your right leg as is. Look over the left shoulder, make sure the left ankle's nice and straight. Keep opening that right thigh up, right hip up. Another breath here, feel that right rib cage stretch. Good, now we're gonna inhale, return the spine to center. So we're gonna try to take that right foot down and just straighten the right leg out toward the front corner of your mat and drop the right thigh down. Perfect, just flex your right foot when you get there. Breathe, good, 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 excellent. Few breaths here, just sink into it. You'll be surprised how deep the body can go if you give it some time. I'm gonna have us here another 35, 40 seconds. Draw the shoulders back, try to put even weight, left side, right side. Connect to your breath. This is one that I had to work to get to. It wasn't just natural. My only sister, who's younger, has had the flexibility. Now as she's getting older, she's lost it. She could do this like it was nothing. Some of us have to work for it. But another 10 seconds or so. Another 5 seconds, keep drawing the shoulders back. Good. Now from here, we're going to tuck the left toes, lift up off that left leg and press into the mat. Sweep your right leg back to a forearm plank. Good. Push away from gravity, pull the belly in, lengthen through the spine, chest forward, shoulders back. Hold here for 3, slow, deep breaths. 2 more breaths. Last breath. Now bring the quadriceps down, tops of the feet down, palms down, Sphinx pose. Open up through the chest. Let the rib cage drop, pull the belly in, draw the shoulders back, and with your hands, drag the mat toward you so you feel your mid-back muscles work. Try to draw your skull bone back. My chin tends to lift in this. I don't want you to do that. One more breath. And then exhale, open the elbows out, bring the fingertips in line with the chest, tuck toes, downward facing dog. Send your seat back and up. Draw the chest toward the thighs, collarbones broad, and you'll feel the difference right side, left side. So just walk the dog a little bit. Ideally, that right leg feels a lot looser and less tight than that left leg. Good, let's do the other side. With the right foot, inhale, the left leg rises. Then exhale, big step forward to the outside of the left pinky. We're gonna shimmy that right leg back. Bring the right quadricep down, lift your left toes up. We're gonna open up that left hip and come up onto fingertips for a little bit. Nice big stretch. Good. Draw the shoulders back, keep sinking the right quadricep forward. Keep lifting the left toes up to protect your kneecap. One more breath. Now we're gonna come down onto our elbows, forearms to get into the hips. So this is just gonna prep us for that big split. Breathing, drawing the shoulders back, chest forward, pulling your belly in. Just slow, steady, deep breaths. So in a moment, we'll be adding the side bend, remembering keeping the left side exactly as it is, keeping the hips where they are. Now we're gonna exhale, walk the upper body around to the right. Draw the shoulders back, look over that right shoulder, make sure the ankle's nice and straight. Finding your breath. Good, now we'll inhale, slowly return back to center. Here we go, we're gonna straighten that left leg out toward the left corner of the mat. Flex your left foot, find your breath. Good. Just feeling like you can sink into the left hip, left buttock. Just keep connecting to your breath, draw your shoulders back and your chest forward. Then another 20 seconds here. Good, now we're gonna press into the forearms, tuck the right toes, lift up off that right thigh, and sweep your left leg back to forearm plank. Push away from gravity here, lengthen the spine, connect to your breath. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, and as you next exhale, drop the quads, tops of the feet, bring the palms down, taking your Sphinx pose, elbows underneath the shoulders, draw the skull bone back, let the rib cage drop a little bit, but the belly draw in. Good, now we're gonna keep Sphinx. We're gonna go ahead and take a little more stretching. Turn your right toes out so the inner thigh goes on the earth. You're gonna start off by bending your right knee so it's in line with your right hip point, and when you look over that right shoulder, the right ankle drops directly from the right knee. Good. And then turn your head to center. I want you to try to anchor your right hip bone and inner thigh right down onto the mat. Draw the shoulders back, keep Sphinx in the upper body. Now, if you want to, straighten your right leg out and see if you can bring it forward. Yeah, you can scooch to your left a little bit, yeah. So we've prepped the body so that we can go ahead and try to get this big letter L split here. Good, draw the shoulders back, try to keep even weight in both shoulders. So I'm actually gonna look at my shoulders to make sure they're in the same plane and then look straight ahead, because often what happens in this pose is one of the shoulders will hike up. You just want to keep them level. And in this pose, keep lengthening the right buttock back. So there's a lot of demand in the lower back here and in the belly. So we want to make sure that we're protecting the back by drawing that right buttock back. Just a couple more breaths. See if you can keep the lower body as is. Walk your hands in like you were doing cobra and try to do a cobra in this pose. It's not easy, just breathe. If you feel any pulling in the low back, you're gonna come right back down to the elbow version. Hold here for another breath or two, looks good. Good, now carefully exhale the belly, rib cage, chest, head. Open the arms to T, take a moment, just rest here. Notice how the back releases. It takes it a couple seconds for it to go back to feeling normal. That left hip might talk to you a little bit. Good. Now we're going to inhale, sweep that right leg back. Give the leg a moment. Notice the difference in the weight in the body. The right hip will sink a lot more than the left. Now we're going to inhale, lift the chest, step back up in Sphinx pose, elbows underneath the shoulders. Good. Draw the shoulders back. Now we're going to turn the left toes out, turn the left inner thigh, bend the left knee so the knee lines up with the hip point. Make sure that the ankle drops straight off the left knee. Anchor that left hip point down. Check your shoulders. Good. Now if you want to, straighten that left leg out and keep walking it up as far as feels good for you. And make sure that both hip points bear weight. And we're going to take our Sphinx in the upper body here. Just stay here a little longer, drawing the shoulders back. And feeling even weight on both sides of the body. It can be easy to tip to one side. Now we're going to walk the hands back. Try to come up into a cobra here. Breathe, keeping that left inner thigh sinking down. Chances are the left hip's going to lift a little bit. It's all right. Open up through the chest. Draw the shoulders back. It actually feels good. It's awkward, but it feels good. Then slowly bend your elbows, lower your belly, rib cage, chest, head. Open the arms out to T and just take a moment here. Inhale and exhale. Good, now from here, we're just gonna sweep that left leg back. Take a moment, let the leg release. Then we're going to inhale, lift the chest, bring the elbows down into Sphinx pose. Holding Sphinx for a couple of breaths. Pulling the belly in, letting the rib cage drop. Now, because we've been doing spinal extension for a bit, an intense spinal extension with pelvic work, we're going to take a child's pose when we come out. So we're going to walk the wrists underneath the shoulders. Shoulders are back, elbows are in. Inhale all fours and carefully take the back into child's pose. So you can do whichever version of child's pose feels good for you. Inner thighs touching or big toes touch, knees apart. You're going to give yourself 3 to 5 breaths. You can move your hips, you can move your back, but I do want you to just settle the seat back to the heels. So we've prepped our legs, we've prepped our back. We're going to try some seated wide leg forward folds. So what we're going to do is come on up onto all fours, and I want you to face the long side of your mat. So right now we're on the short side, turn to face the long side. Cross the ankles behind you, roll over the crossed ankles, and we're going to come to a seat. So in your seat, you're just going to open the legs out to a wide V. So you can adjust your legs. Whatever you arrive at is where you arrive. So we're going to adjust so we can get a little more room. So right now we're sitting on both sits bones, and you're going to pull the flesh out from beneath both buttocks to get a little bit more on the sits bones, almost like you're taking your tailbone back. Good. Now take both hands to your right leg. So the right hand goes to the right hamstring, the left hand to the inner thigh. Roll the inner thigh flesh under, and then straighten out the leg. Yeah. Then you do the same thing on the other side. Left hand to the left hamstring, right hand to the inner thigh. Roll that flesh under and extend the leg out. So your kneecaps are up, your toes are up. Fingertips go to the mat. You're going to inhale, lift the chest, draw the tailbone back. Keep the toes turning out a little bit. Exhale, halfway down. So whatever that looks like for you. You're going to stop at your halfway point. Keep trying to get your spine nice and long. Yeah, draw the buttocks back. Perfect. Good. Now see if you can keep going a little bit lower. Maybe come down to your elbows. Breathe. Good. Keep flexing your feet. Keep drawing the buttocks back. So you're going to feel the inner thighs get a stretch, a bit into the groin. There's going to be some demand on the back, but the back should be pretty quiet in these. Keep checking in with your feet. So I look at my feet every now and again because they are going to have a tendency to roll in on these. You want them to slightly roll out. And then check your kneecaps. Make sure they're still aiming up. Good. And breathe. Just a couple more breaths. Maybe see if you can go a little deeper. Good. Just keep lengthening the spine, drawing the tailbone back. So this is one of those poses that it's nice to spend a minute or 2 minutes in terms of getting more depth to the body, getting more depth in the pose. Keep drawing the seat back, the chest forward, breathe. Good, now we're gonna slowly inhale, come halfway up. Good. Next in breath, slowly bring yourself all the way up. So you don't want to go super fast because your back's going to take a second or two to kind of settle in. So we're going to keep the legs as is. We're going to draw the shoulders back. We're going to go over to the right side first. So you can either take your hand to your right thigh or shin, or you can take the right elbow to inside the right knee. Palm is up. Good. Now catch your arch with your hands. Keep the left seat down. Inhale, reach the left arm up, open the chest up toward the ceiling and reach your left arm over. Maybe you catch the outside of your right foot and you just rotate. Good, just stretch that left rib cage out. Keep rooting the left seat. So what's challenging here, and my body certainly feels, is the intensity of the stretch on the left side. What's gonna wanna happen is the left buttock's trying to lift. You gotta sink it down and really focus on that stretch. There's also the twist, right? So there's a lot going on. There's forward, there's flexion, there's extension, there's rotation, there's lateral bending, and we're trying to breathe. Now inhale, reach the left arm up. Next in breath, bring the spine up. And as you exhale, release the arms and just feel the difference, how that left side feels a little longer. So now we're going to do the same thing other side. You can either rest the hand on top of the leg, but I think bending the elbow, leaning to your left, and catching the arch of the foot will work. You're going to rotate, reaching the right arm up, and maybe you catch your left foot, focus on that side bend and twist. So remember, you're going to feel the intensity of the stretch in the rib cage muscles. The right buttock is going to try to lift out of it. So your job is to sink that right buttock and keep stretching. Breathe. Connecting deeply to your breath here. Good, now we're going to inhale, reach the right arm up. Next in breath, the spine comes up. Let your hands rest. And I even let my chin drop at the end just because I want the energy to sink down. So the spine is really extended. It's going to take a moment for it to just feel settled. Good. Now, because we've been in the straddle for a while, we're going to assist the legs. So we're going to take the hands underneath the hamstrings, let the hands bend the knees, and then bring the legs in. Yeah. And now if you want to, you can turn to face the front of the mat. We're just going to come into our little butterfly seat, Baddha Konasana. So the heels in toward the groin, soles of the feet together, hands to the outside of the hips, and just scoot yourself forward. So your tailbone forward, and rock a little bit left and right. So our inner thighs are pretty open. We have been working on the outer thighs. Now let's get into them a little bit more. Hands to your feet, draw your shoulders back. So this still gets those inner thighs as well, but we can also work on dropping the outer thighs. So let's inhale, sit up tall. Then exhale, lengthen your spine as you fold. So stop at that initial point where you feel a little bit of response from the low back. And inhale, pull back an inch or so, going up or an inch or so. And then exhale, fold forward when you feel space. So just keep working like that for a few breaths. You want to try to get as low as you can. I like to, yeah, you just did it. I like to bring my elbows forward and eventually see if I can get them to the ground. And then I might release my feet and just put my arms in Sphinx pose and see if then I can work my way down a little deeper. So on a good day, I can get my head to the ground. On a day where my back's a little tight, not so much. So I just give it some space. We'll give this another minute or so. Just really giving your body space to fold and lengthen. Try to relax the shoulders and just steady in your breath. Keep pressing the feet together. And if the stretch becomes too much, so I'm at my pretty much farthest edge for today, if it becomes too much, like it feels like the low back is tearing apart, you're gonna back out a little bit. So mine's doing that, so I'm just backing out and staying where my back feels okay. Got another 15 seconds. Good. Now what I'd like us to do, not an official yoga pose, but we're gonna go there. We're gonna take the right forearm, press it into the inner thigh and the inner calf. Use your left hand to step your left foot on the ground, roughly in line with your sits bone, and then just press the left forearm into the inner thigh. Breathe. Now we're gonna stay leaning to the right. We're gonna catch our left foot and we're gonna lift the left leg up. Just a little bit of a lean, yeah. Breathe, flex your left foot. See how far to the right you can go. Find your balance. Yeah, good. Then we're gonna inhale, oop, I lost mine. We're gonna inhale, sit on up and bring the left foot down. So we're gonna try that on the other side. We're gonna tip over to the left, press the forearm into the inner thigh. Bring the right sole of the foot to the earth and press into the inner thigh. So you're starting to lean left as you're pressing your leg out to the right. When you're ready, catch your right foot, lift your right leg up, and then start to work your balance. That's gonna be core, right? How far can I go without tipping over like I did? Breathe. Keep flexing your right foot. Nice. And then with control, we're gonna slowly bring the foot down. Nice job. Take the hands to the outer thighs. Bring those inner thighs together. Walk the heels in towards you. Give yourself a hug and drop your chin for a moment. Stretch out the neck. You'll be surprised at how much neck tension can be had when we're holding these deep stretches. So just nod your head no a couple times. And you'll notice just how much we have to relax that neck. Good. Now we'll sit up nice and tall. I'm going to turn to face the short side of my mat. You're gonna wrap your arms around your legs and just rock onto your sits bones so your toes are off the ground. Pull your belly in, keep the thighs to the chest. Now transfer your hands to the hamstrings. I want your goal here to be keeping your spine long and the thighs to the chest. Start to straighten your legs. Maybe the toes can go up toward the ceiling. Trying to keep the thighs to the chest. Breathe, holding here, drop the shoulders. We're gonna hold for another 3 to 5 breaths. Keep rooting your seat, lengthen your spine, hug those legs towards your chest. Good. Then as you're ready, keep the legs towards your chest, drop back onto your back. And lengthen your spine. Lengthen the tailbone away from you, breathe. Now take a moment to flex your feet, walk up to the calves or ankles. Maybe you catch your big toes. Lengthen your spine. So we did a lot of opening out. Now what we're going to focus on for a little bit is drawing into the midline. So now we're going to let the ankles go directly over the hips, flex the feet, open the arms out to T, get the hands and arms out of the equation. We're going to bend the knees, flex the feet, cross the left hamstring over the right quadricep, and then maybe wrap the left foot around the right calf. Yes. Now hold that squeeze, really pull the belly in, exhale, squeeze those inner thighs, and now curl your upper body up and wrap your arms around your legs. Curl up, draw the knee in toward the nose. Really breathe, squeeze that midline, draw the shoulders back, lengthen the chin toward the chest. Another couple of breaths here. Feeling those outer hips get a stretch. Feeling the belly work and the back release. Now exhale, lower the shoulders, neck, and head, open the arms out to T. We're gonna uncross the legs, bringing them back to that tabletop shape. Then cross the right hamstring over the left quad and wrap your right foot around your left calf. Good. Squeeze the midline, lengthen the tailbone. Exhale, curl the upper body up, wrap the arms around the leg, bring the nose toward the knee. Pull the belly in, draw the chin towards your chest, really feel the stretch. So I'm feeling it a little more on the left hip, even though technically we're stretching the right hip more. Just remember our bodies are unique and sometimes they do unique things. And then exhale, release the shoulders, neck, and head. Open the arms out to T. Uncross the legs. Now we're going to go ahead, keep the right shoulder down. Exhale the knees to the left and the head to the right. Placing your left arm to the outside of your right thigh and just hang out there. Just focus on elongation. So simple supine twists, nothing too complex for the closing twists. Let your body drop today. Good. Now let's open the left arm out to T. Inhale, nose and knees to center. And then we'll exhale, release the knees to the right and the head to the left. Right arm to the outside of the left thigh. Lengthen your left buttock away and just simply find your breath. Good, open the right arm out to T. Inhale, nose and knees to center. Go ahead and bring your knees into your chest. Wrap your arms around your hamstrings or shins. Give yourself a little squeeze. Good, now go ahead and bring the soles of the feet to the earth, walking the heels toward your buttocks. Let's press the hands on either side of the hips, shoulders down, palms down. We're going to take an articulated, more of like a Pilates bridge. We're going to inhale, tilt the tailbone up, squeeze the buttocks. As you exhale, peel the lower back up, the middle back up, and the upper back up. Lift the hips, pull the belly in, draw the shins away from you, knees away from you, heels towards you, tailbone away from you. Let the hips get a little stretch. Good, another breath. Then slowly lower the upper back down, middle back down, the lower back down, hips, buttocks, tailbone. Let's bring the soles of the feet together. Let the knees drop out so the hips get a little more stretch. Rest your hands either on your inner thighs or belly. Close your eyes and take a few moments, about a minute or so, to decompress, to let go. Just gently breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. Releasing tension and finding your breath. Good, now we're going to go ahead and bring the soles of the feet to the earth and then just straighten your legs out for a moment. Let them drop. Good, now let's go ahead. Once again, bring the soles of the feet to the mat. And let's just simply exhale, roll onto the right side of the body and just pause in a fetal position, taking a rest here. Just feeling whatever it is you feel in your fetal position. And then let's slowly inhale, come up to a cross-legged seat. Taking a moment here, closing your eyes. Resting your hands on your lap, relaxing your shoulders and finding your breath. Simply breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. Good, let's bring the palms together in prayer, bowing the chin toward the chest, and let's take a moment to practice gratitude. Grateful for someone and something today. Grateful for you for coming to class. Thank you so very much for your presence. As always, honored to have you. Namaste.